Ancient India is undoubtedly a unique example of a civilization in the world, which has carved its place in history with self-glory. This pasture of education, culture, religion, mythology and science was on the one hand the pilgrimage site of sages and has also given gifts to many world-renowned scientists, mathematicians and thinkers from time to time. The practice of science in India started in those ancient times, which later contributed to the progress of the world. Science, medicine and mathematics of other civilizations were built with the help of various discoveries of ancient India. The main reason behind their practice of mathematics was the attempt to unravel the mysteries of the world. They tried to explain everything around them mathematically, a trend that later found clear evidence in the mathematical practices of ancient Greece. The discussion here is about some such groundbreaking discoveries of ancient India. Concept of zero. Zero is one of the most important discoveries in the history of mathematics. After the discovery of zero, the picture of mathematics in the world was completely changed, and it changed the course of human history. Although the use of zero was common in the Mayan or Mesopotamian civilizations, the first systematic description of it is found in ancient India. They were the first to break the shell of the sign or symbol, using zero directly as a number. Around the 9th century BC, zero was used in India when calculating with real numbers. Reference to zero is found in the Chanda Sutras of the Indian mathematician Pingala between the 5th and 2nd centuries BC. 7th century Indian mathematician Brahmagupta noted that adding or subtracting zero to a number does not change the number. Multiplying a number by zero also makes its value zero. And if you divide, the value is undefined. The word zero is derived from the Sanskrit word shanyoya. Later it became safar in Arabic and gradually became zero in the Western world. The base 10 number system. The most common and popular in the present world is the decimal number system. This method is based on counting the 10 fingers of 2 hands. The key to the decimal system is the use of zero. Although the concept of zero was prevalent in the ancient Mesopotamian, Maya civilizations, they considered zero to be absence, lack, and evil. Indian civilization is credited with the discovery and recorded use of the 10-base number system in light of the effective use of zero. There are indications of the use of decimal numbers in India around 400 BC. In 498 BC, the mathematician Ayurveda mentioned in a Sanskrit poem, Sthama Stham Dasagunam, meaning space is tenfold, which refers to the current spatial decimal number system. Numerici. The system of writing numbers was simplified by the formation of the systematic rule of zero. No matter how large the number was, it could easily be written using the decimal number system using only 10 digits from 0 to 9. It is still used worldwide. This knowledge, borrowed from India, was popularized all over the world including Europe by Arab mathematicians. Arab scholars carried out extensive research on it and further improved it. The number system of Hindustan is also known as the Hindu-Arabic number system due to its spread throughout the world through the Arabs. Fibonacci Sequence. A wonderful way to describe the beauty of mathematics is the Fibonacci sequence. This Fibonacci sequence can be seen in various things in nature. For example, the number of petals on a daisy is almost always a Fibonacci number. A number of sunflower seeds arranged in a spiral formation are also found in this category. The golden ratio is also closely related to the secret of beauty. Although the Italian mathematician Leonardo Fibonacci is considered the inventor of this genre, it is first mentioned in ancient Indian Sanskrit poetry. The concept of sequence was first mentioned by an ancient Indian sage named Pingala in the 2nd or 4th century BC, nearly 1,000 years before Fibonacci was born. Although a detailed description of Pingala is not available, the work of a grammarian named Hemachandra in 1050 AD, about half a century before Fibonacci, mentions this feature with evidence. Also references to this genre are found in the works of ancient Indian mathematicians like Viranka, Gopala. The Fibonacci sequence was created to form a pattern of rhythm through rhythmic sequences while searching for a way to make Sanskrit poetry easier to memorize. Binary or binary number system. But computers or any machines are unable to understand our widely used decimal numbers. They only understand binary numbers, 0 and 1. It is the basic machine language, based on which the computer or machine performs all the functions. Although English mathematician George Bull is credited as the inventor of the binary number system, the earliest reference to the use of binary numbers is found in the Chandrashastra of the ancient Indian scholar Pingla. Between the 5th and 2nd centuries BC, he devised a system of calculating with binary numbers. He used a combination of a lowercase letter and an uppercase letter, similar to modern Morse code. Chakrabala method of calculus. Pell's equation is very important in the Cartesian coordinate system because it represents a hyperbola. Chakrabala's method is a type of circular calculus used to solve essentially indeterminate quadratic equations. This Chakrabala method was invented by the ancient Indian mathematician Brahmagupta. This well-known mathematician of the 7th century was the first to study this equation. Later refined by the Sanskrit poets Jayadeva and Bhaskarakarya, it became part of Bhaskarakarya's algebra. Length measuring stick and batkara. Excavations at Harappa and Mohenjo-daro in ancient India have yielded a number of scale-like measuring sticks made of agate and shell, which were originally used to measure length. A few remains of scales were also found. Their weight measurement system was based on 16. For example, 16, 64, 160, 320, etc. The place of origin of various items for measuring weight is considered to be the Indus civilization of ancient India. Various square and round batkaras were used there. Atomic theory. 600 years before the birth of Christ, the Indian philosopher Kanada gave the idea of atom. He discussed the atom thousands of years before the English scientist John Dalton, who became famous for his atomic theory. According to this Maharishi of ancient India, all matter is composed of small and indivisible particles. All atoms are true matter and all inert matter is composed of atoms. He named these particles molecules. He pointed out that this molecule can exist in two ways, either absolutely static or dynamic. Theory of heliocentric solar system. Ancient Indian mathematicians often used mathematical knowledge to calculate the movements of planets, stars, and astronomy. Aryabhata, the legend of ancient mathematics, recorded various information related to mathematics and astronomy in a book called Aryabhataya in 4 volumes with a total of 118 hymns. Aryabhata proposed the heliocentric solar system and the Earth's rotational motion thousands of years before Galileo, Copernicus, Bruno. He mentioned in the book that the Earth rotates on its axis. He also calculated the Earth's axial motion. Accordingly, the circumference of the Earth came out to be 39,968 kilometers. At present, the determined circumference of the Earth with the help of modern equipment is about 40,234 kilometers. As such, the error rate was negligible, only 0.2%. He was also able to accurately predict eclipses of the moon and the sun. Melting of zinc metal. History records that ancient India was the first to smelt zinc metal in the distillation process. The method didn't actually develop over a few years, it's essentially a replica of techniques developed over a long period of experience from ancient alchemy. The ancient Persians also tried to adopt this process with the help of open hearts, but they did not meet with success. The process is known to have been first practiced in the Jawa region of the Tiri Valley in Rajasthan. This discovery of ancient India ushered in a new era in the metallurgy of the world. Iron law. Steel and iron were of immense importance in the development of ancient and medieval civilizations. In ancient India, around the 1st century BC, there is a mention of the existence of an iron scholar and alchemist named Patanjali. The book he authored is called Shastra, in which he recorded the theory of iron and steel making. No other ancient text of the world mentions the process of making steel. Plastic surgery. Sushruta is a wonder name in ancient world medicine. Medical science owes a lot to this Maharshi who was born in ancient India about 2,600 years ago. Sushruta, ranked among the best surgeons of all time, wrote a book called Sushruta Samhita, which is one of the best scriptures in the world. Sushruta is described in mythology as the son of sage Vishvamitra or the descendant of Dhanvantari. According to Hindu mythology, Dhanvantari is identified as the physician of the gods.
This ancient physician discussed surgical procedures as well as various problems of obstetrics in Sushruta Samhita.
He also described things like rhinoplasty, nose surgery, osteoplasty, laryngoplasty in those ancient times.
He is basically the pioneer of systematic, precise, and accurate surgery. His Sushruta Samhita is immortalized in medical literature. Cataract removal.
The first instance of cataract removal in the world is found during the time of Sushruta, in 600 BC. Sushruta used a curved needle called Jabamukhi Shulaka to remove cataracts from the eyes. This essentially loosened the lens, applying pressure to remove the cataract. The eye was then bandaged until it healed. Later his work was introduced to the Western world through the Arabs.
Ayurveda. Acharya Charaka, the author of Karaka Samhita long before the birth of Hippocrates, explained the science written about physiology. This ancient Indian sage is called the father of Indian medicine. Earth's orbit. Mathematician Surya Siddha of ancient India made a mathematical calculation that it takes 365.256367 days for the Earth to go around the Sun once, which is only 1.5 seconds more than the time of 365.256363004 days calculated in the era of modern science. About 2,700 years ago, there were no telescopes, no advanced instruments. Still, it is still a wonder how he came up with such a fine standard on the shoulders of mathematics. That's all for today. See you in another video.
If you enjoyed the video and found it informative, then please like the video and let us know your opinion in the comment box.
Never forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon next to it. Share the video if we earn it. Thanks for watching.